This is Airy. It's a matoran set that released back in 2004. This set, and all the other 2004 matoran, they cop a lot of flack. Some rank them amongst the worst Bionicle sets ever made. Was that true? Is this dude as bad as they say he is? Well, let's review it and let's find out. And of course, we'll take a look at a mock that takes all the problems of this set and fixes them. It turns this guy into something incredibly awesome. Strap yourselves in. Airy comes with a cute little disc launcher and a fun recolor of Turaga Matao's mask. And actually, this is where the critique begins. This mask is awesome. I don't care where it comes from, any marbled piece like this that blends two colors together is a work of art. But this is a more limiting group of colors. Many claim that these masks would be so much better if they were just one color. Pure white, pure dark red, whatever. Yeah, I don't see a lot of people playing with any of these matoran masks. The addition of silver just really limits the amount of uses that you can have for it, which is a shame, right? Unfortunately, it makes these pretty greatly underused. The design in general for this matoran is a little basic. Looking at the back, you can see how it's made. All the different body pieces latch onto the same torso. It's very simple. But now, I'm not going to say the simplicity of this is a bad thing, because for the most part, you could say that about every matoran design out there. They're never really that complicated, and I think that's a good thing. A lot of the time, matoran designs feel a bit more chibi, cute, simplistic, and yeah, I think that gives them an adorable charm. The simplicity is a win in my books. But yeah, look, does this simple design stand out as much as other simple matoran designs? No. Does it make the toy a little bit forgettable when you compare it to many, many other designs? Yes. What I'm trying to say is that every other matoran design is kind of overshadowing this Metru design. So with that in mind, yeah, maybe it is fair to critique the more simple approach. If it had more going for it, it would be more exciting. Speaking of their designs, a lot of people also critique the backs. People say it looks unfinished. People say they only look good from the very front. Any other angle you look at them at doesn't look good. Yeah, I can kind of see that. Another thing that these matoran get hate for is the posability. The limbs. There's no elbows, there's no knees. And in general, they're quite small. It does limit the amount of movement that they can have. For example, let's compare this to a highly posable toy, the Protector of Jungle. Let's put them in a really strong, mighty fighting pose like this, where he's flexing up a storm. The Protector of Jungle looks great, such a dynamic pose that feels full of life. Airy, not so much. He feels a little awkward, a little janky. He can't pull off the same level of dynamic posing that the other toy can do. Kneeling down and waving, what about that? Well, Airy simply cannot do that. The lack of knee articulation makes it impossible. Also, another thing, his head cannot rotate. Well, yeah, it can move side to side like this, but if you want to turn him on his side and twist his head, that's not possible. This is as far as it can move, which is nothing at all. There are other poses that actually he can pull off somewhat well, but yeah, it's still not at the same level of expression that the Protector of Jungle can pull off. I've also seen a lot of complaints about how similar each of these 2004 matoran are. I get it, they do kind of blend together a little bit, they do feel a little similar. But come on, you could say that about every single toy from early Bionicle. They really did release the same thing in a different color and change a couple things. But I guess because these toys don't have any other really grabbing play features or super original pieces or other qualities that just grab you, well, it does make the fact that they're very similar feel a bit more undesirable. So I guess I can get behind that critique to some degree, but at the same time it feels a little pointless to debate that, because a lot of sets share that same similar feeling. All in all, I don't think this set is inherently bad. There are certainly redeeming qualities and pretty pieces. I like him, but he certainly does get overshadowed by a lot of different sets, and by a lot of other matoran as well. Something about this can be a little forgettable. But with a revamp like what I'm gonna show you, oh dude, it's no longer forgettable. He stands out and looks oh so good. But before we get to that, let's take a look at some of the pieces that come in this set. Because I often find, if a set is a little boring or a little bland, sometimes the pieces themselves actually make it even better. So let's check out what we got and see how you can use them in your own creations. Let's actually kick it off with that mask. I still love those marbled colors, dude. It's pretty. Now, I did actually really struggle to find any creations that use this piece. Like I said, a lot of these masks on these Metru matoran, people just don't use them. However, I found this mock by Patron. It's using a purely light grey version of the mask. But when we take a look at the color scheme, white, silver, bit of grey, and some very elegant hints of dark blue. With a color scheme like this, I think you could slap that mask right on the face, and it would look frickin' fantastic. Yes, these two colors are a bit of an awkward pair that do make it harder to use. But if you are using the colors of this mask, well then it's a no-brainer. That's when this is going to be the perfect mask for your mock. Up next, the white torso. It is really good that all of those matoran came with this exact same piece in different colors. But how could you use this? Well, Alex C. Parsons has made a cute little puffin, and this piece is right there on the side, creating a bit of plumage, a bit of feathers. See, now that's great. It adds some excellent shaping to create more rounded surfaces, and the general look and feel of this piece does resemble feathers. This fits right in. Up next, the feet. Well, Lux Constructs has used these for a much larger boot, stuffing it into this armor piece, an armor piece that appears on the mech for Hayato in Exo-Force. Well, that combination of pieces is brilliant. I really like that this element has a lot of connection points on it. That way, if you want to customize it further, build off of it, well, you can. Heck yeah. And finally, the limb pieces. Abba Yoga uses them for an excellent finger design. This is very similar, of course, to the design we see on the set Axon. This design's great. Superposable, big and bulky. It's so good that you get a lot of these pieces just in this one set. If you pick up a couple of these matoran, you won't be far off to being able to build these hands. So look, hey, a solid enough selection of pieces. It certainly does add a few extra points to this set. Makes him feel a little better. Yeah, but if we're talking about making him even better, it's time for that revamp. Here we go. This is made by Johnny Dye, and now Eerie gets a massive exo-suit that he can pilot. Mech suits, exo-suits, hard suits, mecha in general. That is a surefire way to improve any Bionicle set, or even any Bionicle mock. I mean, how good is this mechanical suit? Like this hand, for example. Big old claw. What a good idea to use some of these bent lift arms. I really appreciate that these aren't claws or swords, because I feel like the look of these lift arms feels so much more industrial. You get the sense that this is not a mech suit made for war. It's made for mining, it's made for lifting heavy machinery or cardboard boxes or whatever. This industrial feeling actually feels a lot more coded to Bionicle. Exposed, unarmored lift arms like this, it fits perfectly within that Bionicle aesthetic. I just love the look and feel of this. And then the opposite side, this drill. Spamming a bunch of gears like this, it looks sick. You can only imagine that this would actually move and function and the gears would turn and rotate. Unfortunately, there's no video of that actually happening, but surely it does. Drills are always some of my favorite weapons that you can give a Bionicle. Because of course, you can use them to mine, or you can use them to drill into Makuta in the heat of combat. It makes for a good weapon, and it's got a practical use. Nice. And even just the colors of this. And Eerie riding inside, heck yes! Now actually, let's take a closer look at Eerie. Look, if he had posability issues before, he no longer does now. Look at how many points of articulation he's got. Now he's got waist articulation. Excellent. Good to see him with knees and elbows, this just feels right. You could make a logical argument that maybe he needs a bit of white armor on his chest. Right now he maybe looks a little bit naked. And okay, fair enough. But at the same time too, he's in this mech suit. That is his armor. I think it's okay if he's a little bit more, unarmored. He's still protected. I love this, man. It's an excellent upgrade to this toy. And think about it, how fun would it be to build mech suits for each of the Matoran? Now that would be a sick series of mocks. Or a fun collab. Get 6 builders together and give mech suits to all of the Metru Matoran. The Metru Matoran mech suits, the MMM. Beautiful. So what do you think about Eerie and the other 2004 Matoran? Do you not like them at all? Are you growing to love them? Or have you always been a fan since day one? Let me know in the comments below. And also be sure to take a look at the links in the description below. You can find more work from the builders that I featured right there. Thanks for watching everyone, happy building and bye for now. Yeah, back in 2004, I remember heading into the shops and seeing boxes and boxes of these Matoran. I came back a week later with some pocket money to get some, and they were all gone. And then I never saw them ever again. So sad.